Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in for another tarot reading with me. My name is Ahorangi Starchild. I'm New Zealand based, and this reading is specifically for over Christmas time and New Year's. I will take a little bit of a time out from reading during this time of the year because it's such a crazy time. As you know, I have a part-time job in retail, and retail in Christmas is crazy. Okay, so this is a reading to see what is coming in for us. Christmas Day. Well, what's the day today? Today is the 22nd here in New Zealand, so it's still the 21st in most places of the world. So you are still in your summer solstice. So let's make this reading from your summer solstice. We could do it a summer solstice, Christmas, New Year reading. So we make it a 3-in-1. What energy is coming in for us? I will introduce the decks as I go into this reading and as I am led to pull oracle cards, because I want to use this opportunity to bring in messages from loved ones who had crossed over. If you're waiting for a message from someone who had passed and you're spending this festive season or this blessed time without your loved ones. If you are in a relationship or a connection, a spiritual connection, a divine connection, I'll be drawing cards for messages from your soulmates, messages from your twin flame, in whatever category you want to put that in. I'm going to draw cards for the masculine and I'm going to draw cards for the feminine. So this might be potentially a long reading. I'll just see how it unfolds. I'll try and keep it as condensed as I can. So with that, I'll do some numerology cards, some angel cards. There'll be a little bit of everything here because I want to bring in a message for people specifically who is finding Christmas and New Year a difficult time because they're missing people, missing family. Things didn't work out the way we planned, whatever the reason. Okay, so this is just to see what energy is coming in for us, and of course messages from your loved ones. So I'm using here the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. Pamela Coleman was the lady who did the art for these cards. I feel she also needs of recognition. So the card that kind of flipped over there was the Five of Wands, which showed it self, so I feel like some of us are having to deal with conflict at this point in time, or you might have had to deal with conflict in the days leading up to today. So either yesterday or in this week there was some sort of conflict that needed to be handled. It could have been fast and furious, a fleeting moment of conflict. So I don't read reversals. I don't know how this. Okay, so the first card is the Six of Wands. So I feel we're going into this season feeling quite good in ourselves moving forward. We've had successes in business. Maybe if you're a business owner, you feel like businesses are really going well. There's some public recognition here. You have good energy moving forward, investing yourself in organizing. I see this wreath here, always have wreaths that we hang at the front door. So I feel like most of us in general have our routines together. We have our plans together to bring everything together during this point of time, whether this is organizing people to meet or your big day together. Personally, I don't celebrate Christmas because to me Christmas is every day. Okay, my spiritual path is every day. I don't need one special day to celebrate Christ and his birthday. I do that every day. So I don't really celebrate Christmas in the way that people do. But for the people out there who's organizing everything's coming together. You're finishing off with projects and things and situations which stressing you out. I feel like This Christmas is going to be the Christmas where you are going to just go with the things that work for you, especially with the Six of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and then the Ace, the Page of Pentacles. I feel like we are only wanting to invest our energy where we feel that we are valued, okay, and we are ending off with cycles where we invest ourselves in situations with people, I feel specifically, which stresses us out. Okay, we're going to avoid people stressing us out, and we're going to go more for people who are practical and like-minded, and who can invest themselves in the same way. I do feel for a lot of people this Christmas is going to be quite different. You might find yourself in a new space where this year had brought in a lot of new changes for you, that there was a lot of endings in this year, and so this Christmas you find yourself in a place where you are creating your own stability. There's a focus on children, people that are younger than you. Maybe you're surrounded with people who are, there's a little bit of an age gap between you and the other people you'll be hanging out this Christmas. But I also feel like in the new year that you will be associated with people who have a youthful approach to life. We have the King of Pentacles here, which is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy, and we are in Capricorn. The sun has just gone into Capricorn as I speak. So this is about reaping your rewards and also being very mature about the responsibilities you take on during this time. So we have the Strength card, Ten of Pentacles. There's a lot of pages here, so I feel like we are in a phase where we are going to, there's a lot of promise for new beginnings. So it's small. It's small beginnings. It's in the very beginning stages. It's a promise. It is like looking out at the landscape of your life during this Christmas time to literally hand pick the people you're going to spend your time with, because your aim is to achieve your own emotional happiness. You want to be fair about things. We have justice, so the universe is stepping in to balance things out for you as well. And we have the Strength card here. There are some relationships that might ask you to dig deep when it comes to Christmas time, to try and be diplomatic about how you handle the people during this time, what you say, how you are around them. But it's also about trying to understand, if you're very much people orientated, trying to understand the 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 side of the person that you're dealing with, to be aware of what's happening in their life, so that you can go into the spirit of time with compassion. Because we have the Page of Cups here, so that's a very compassionate card. We have Page of Swords. I feel like you're going to deal with a variety of different types of personality here. We have anything from people who act very immature to people who are very strong, very fair. So it's going to kind of put you through your paces in your relationship sector, okay? So we do have the solar lunar eclipse video that I made. I'll leave a link below for that. And it will tell you about the energy that we're going into, especially with that solar eclipse happening on 25th, 26th, depending where you are in the world. To usher in these beautiful changes. Now, I feel like we have 3 10s here, and we have justice. So I feel like this eclipse is bringing in endings to situations which stress you out emotionally, which stress you out mentally, and which stress you out financially. I feel like for a lot of people, if you've been proactive and you have been committed to your spiritual journey, because we have the Strength card here, this is if you took the time to do shadow work, if you took the time to face your own fears, your own insecurities, your own anxieties, if you familiarized yourself with your personal Achilles heel, your weaknesses, and you started to become comfortable with your weaknesses, you started to become comfortable with the places inside yourself where you felt like you are just learning about how to handle yourself, on a mental way, emotional way, and also even your practical application. And I feel like this is relationships and with family specifically. We have two family cards here. I feel like we are coming into a phase this Christmas specifically, spending time with family, reacquainting ourselves and getting together with the people, whether this is DNA family or whether this is soul family, soul tribe. If you don't have family, I feel like, DNA family, that if you've been a loner and you've been isolated because of your spiritual journey, that this Christmas is ushering in a time where you are going to have plenty of opportunity to reconnect with your soul tribe. And the universe is stepping in to bring balance. The universe is rewarding you for your strength and seeing things through. Okay, for acknowledging, for going through the cycle of deep psychological trauma and lessons, challenges that we needed to learn. Not necessarily trauma, but I feel lessons and challenges on how we process mentally our lessons that we need to learn. And this is lessons concerning ourselves, but also other people, the emotional relationships, and our mental connections with people around us, because justice is ruled by Libra. Libra is the seventh house. It's the relationships. And then we have strength. And I kind of, even though these two signs aren't opposite each other in the zodiac, they are sextiling each other. In other words, Leo and Libra, they 60 degrees away from each other when you go around the zodiac. And I feel like these two cards are in support of each other. I feel like because you have now established, you've regained your confidence inside of yourself concerning the lessons that you've learned. You've changed the internal dialogue as to how you speak with yourself and how you reason with yourself and how and why you do things, the way you execute, the way you communicate, the way you contribute emotionally to other people and relationships around you, whether this is in work or family. You have regained your confidence in your ability to take your stand in the place of the world, to take your stand in the community, and to take your place in where you belong in the family, and the larger sense of where your place is in this world, actually. So I feel we're going to feel more at home during this Christmas if you have been devoted to working on yourself. I feel there's a lot of stability coming in. There is a lot of a sense of accomplishment coming in and emotional satisfaction. Because we now have restored our own confidence and we faced our own fears and we have a deeper understanding of ourselves and who we are now during this Christmas period are ready to spend time with other people in balanced relationships. Love it. We have the Tower. Fear not the Tower card, my friends. We have, okay, this is very, very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I feel like there is when I read for the collective lately, and it's funny, I love how the cards work. There's a split in the collective. There are two types of people you're going to encounter this Christmas. You're going to encounter the type of people who are confident in themselves and who have done the work. Then you're going to encounter the type of people who have been burying their head in the sand, pretending everything is okay when it's not. And so this Christmas is going to bring about that sudden shocking realization of everything that doesn't work in their life. That lunar solar eclipse coming in for us, spanning this decade, ending this decade, ending a 30-year cycle, ending an 800-year cycle, all at once on Christmas Day, is not to be trifled with, folks. So there are some people during this Christmas time, and if it's not you, I feel like you're going to see it happen around you with people, or you're going to hear of it, where relationships are going to come to a total breakdown, the home life, the professional life, the career. If whatever sector was not being paying attention to and pretending that everything is fine because they just don't want to, they don't like the upheaval, they don't like changes, there is going to be some losses suffered, sudden losses during this Christmas time. People are going to have to deal with, and also with lunar solar eclipses, lots of souls decide to depart this reality. They decide to make the transformation. Now, I don't see any death cards here. I'm just saying that a lot of people take this opportunity, a lot of souls take this opportunity to move on, to transform, to go to the other side during eclipse season and leading up to, okay, because it's an energetic doorway. So I feel like for some people, you're going to have to deal with a sudden loss. This could be loss of your home, loss of a person, loss of a relationship. I feel it more like on a mental level. It could also be loss of family, because we have the Ten of Pentacles, loss of happiness, loss of justice, feeling injustices are being done because this Tower card is following on the justice. And having to try and find your balance, because it is Christmas after all. I mean, it's supposed to be a time to be happy, according to social standards. This is a society. This is a time to be happy and joyous, right? And you'll see people coming. You'll meet people in your environment and in your society, in your community, who they pretend that they are happy when they're absolutely just broken on the inside, wearing that mask and trying to keep the balance between trying to keep still functioning in their life, trying to collaborate with other people, still trying to build something, and see things in a clear way, because we have the King of Swords here right below the Justice. So I feel like for the people who are having to suffer losses during this time, that it is to try and find the emotional equilibrium during this time, still trying to stay functional, uh, and ask other people for assistance, which is great, because during this time, it is a time of generosity, it is a time of giving. But I also feel like some people are going to decide to cut things out. Like this is, I'm a skydiver. And in skydiving terms, you have two canopies. You have your canopy that you deploy for your jump. And then in an emergency situation, you have an emergency canopy which deploys at 2,500 feet automatically. And we call 2,500 in skydiving terms your hard deck. You really should have a canopy by then. Otherwise, we're talking serious consequences here. And I feel like this is your hard deck call. This is time to deploy your emergency canopy. You are on borrowed time. And I feel like during this Christmas, some people are going to suddenly decide to cut things out because there's injustices, suddenly cut things out because things haven't been fair. And whether this is a job, a career, whether this is your family, relationships not working, friendships, it's just going to be that opportunity to clear out and start over. But this is like the last call. This is truly, truly, truly the last call. But at the center of this reading, we have the Page of Cups. Because the Page of Cups is like, they want that emotional security. It's the beginning of becoming aware of what you need emotionally to feel happy, because that falls right next to the Ten of Cups. It falls in justice, you know, in this, it kind of ties this line together. What do you need emotionally to be able to have balance in your life on an emotional level, as well as to be practical about things? Having a practical approach about this and not having your head in the clouds. I don't see any confusion here. I see everything very clear, because we are going from the Ten of Swords to the Page of Swords to the King of Swords. So there's a growth and an expansion of consciousness and understanding during this time. Now, if you have loved ones who had crossed over, I'm going to use Talking to Heaven by James Van Prague and Doreen Virtue. I'm going to draw you some cards for messages from loved ones who had passed. These messages that they want to send you. You know, if they have something to say. I know that there's someone waiting. This has been a very challenging year. I feel like, you know, people are open. Oh, there's a lot that fell out now. Can I just have 2 or 3, please? Okay, we shuffle again. I'll keep quiet this time. There's one that flew out. Messages for someone who's waiting to connect with the other side. A message from someone who passed. Make yourself 2. A message from someone who passed. Okay. So this is the first one that flipped over. If you've been wondering, there is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. So I feel like if this person had crossed a long time ago, like maybe 10 years or more, like they remember you exactly the way you were, and that they, you know, no time has passed for them, that your connection and the way that they experience your connection is as beautiful as they have perceived it to be. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. I see all of your thoughts. So I feel like your person knows that when you think of them, they know that you think of them. They know you hold them in your heart and you hold them in your mind. Tears cleanse the soul. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry for me at this time. Allow yourself the space to grieve. Allow yourself the space to acknowledge your emotions and your feelings and what you felt for your person at the time when they crossed. So your person is saying that they are aware, and that you don't always have to be strong. You can just allow yourself the space to breathe and be and express yourself emotionally. They are with you. Also have a look at the images on these cards. So maybe your person will communicate with you through synchronicities, these drops. We have sort of like a universe or like orb kind of feeling. There's a lot of orbs. Maybe you've been seeing orbs. So when you see orbs, your person is close by. We have birds and hands with a bit of lightning. Maybe where you live there's thunderstorms, so your person want to know they're close by when you see birds. And maybe you can even count the birds. I can see there are 7 birds here. There's one in the clouds there. There's hands. And then we have the hourglass. That's quite a... My camera seems to unfocus when it comes to this one. I feel like there's a lot of energy connected to this card. So there's an hourglass and a little rose in the hourglass. So have a look at those images and see maybe your person. There's also rainbow colors in here. See if your person communicates with you through synchronicities. Now, if you are in separation or you're missing someone, there's a love connection, maybe no communication, or maybe you have a disagreement, or, you know, whatever the situation is on heart level for romance. I'll draw some cards from this angels, the romance angels, Doreen Virtue Oracle cards. And there's already one card that flew out. And look exactly where I'm just going to leave it exactly there because I feel it wants to tell me a story because the other cards flipped out down here. So there's a little bit of a story with this love connection. So before I flip it over, I want to say that this love connection has to do with someone who wore their heart on their sleeves. Someone who struggled to obtain balance in their life and who might have been missing someone because we have this 5 of Cups down here. So I feel like there is this person who was, I would say, honest, and maybe they did make a small offer and they were hoping and praying, or they had their heart set on having a happy ever after. And I'm not saying that they can't have it, but they really wanted to collaborate with their person. But something happened because we have this disappointment card there. And it says this could be the one. So if you are someone and you had connection with a person in the past and you've lost contact, you're not in communication at the moment, that person is still coming back because we still do have justice here. I do feel like there is something coming in suddenly to change the situation, to bring around that opportunity once again to have a second look at this. This could be the person, so I feel like they'll be back if you've been wondering, if they maybe left you, suddenly left you, and now you're trying to maintain balance without your person. So, past life relationship, I feel like this is someone with whom you've had experience either in this life or even in the past life. Maybe you've been dreaming about someone and you've been feeling lonely. I feel like it's someone coming back. Past life relationship. It's a very important relationship. You've been together quite a few times, you know, quite a few lifetimes. There's a lot of passion here as well. There's a lot of chemistry. And it's the chemistry which made you think that perhaps this could be the one. One more card, please. One more card. This one just jumped out. Give your relationship a chance. So if your person isn't with you, they'll be coming back. It's about just to wait a little bit longer, wait out this eclipse, because it will be bringing opportunities to find that relationship which brings you that emotional comfort, where you feel comfortable with someone, where you could just be yourself. I also feel like this relationship is quite important because we do have the Justice card there. So just about very important relationships. And even if you are in an existing relationship, it is, if you've been experiencing some challenges in your relationship, it is to say, give this relationship a chance. You know, you've had past lives together. Work on it just a little bit longer. And you will get your rewards. You know, justice will come in and balance things out for you. I feel like if you've been waiting for a commitment of some kind, that 2020 will bring in the opportunity to take this relationship to the next level. Someone wants to be fair justice, whether this is moving in together or signing documentation to share resources of some kind to create stability. We have two kings here. We have the King of Pentacles and we have the King of Swords. The camera is out of focus. Yeah. We have the King of Swords, so that's negotiation, especially between that Libra, but especially between this, I kind of see these two. So I feel like 2020 is also going to bring in into the new year. What the doorway is opening here is room to negotiate, room to collaborate, room to have a conversation and work things out. See the situation. Okay, so I hear someone told me very wise words today. It says there's always three sides to a story. There's your side, my side, and then the truth. So I feel like next year is going to bring in that, it's going to usher in those open spaces in which people can actually sit back and negotiate and work things out and collaborate together to create something beautiful. And leave the past behind, leave the sadness behind, leave the trauma behind, the trauma of this tower here. Now I'm going to draw some numerology cards by Michelle Buchanan. She's local. She's Auckland based here in New Zealand. And that is for if you are into numerology. I'm just going to draw us 3 number cards here, okay? And then you can look at the colors of the cards and the numbers and see if they come up in synchronicity as to give you an indication of your path. Oh, love. So I feel like love is definitely coming in for us. We have the number 6 and it's blue. There's a focus on love. So this justice card, okay, is ruled by Venus, the planet Venus, and Venus resonates to 6, the number 6 of love. So I feel like our heart chakras are opening. 19, pride. It's okay to have some pride, In our spiritual community, they're always talking about the ego and yada, yada, yada. But ego is our identity in this world. We need our ego to establish healthy boundaries. If we don't have healthy boundaries, we don't have a place to stand. We have no identity in this world. So it is okay to be proud of your achievements. It so resonates with this 6 of Wands here. It's okay to be proud of yourself and your accomplishments. You've worked for it. So give yourself a pat on the back. And I also feel like with these 2 cards falling next to each other, pride and love, that there will be a relationship coming in if you're single, potentially a relationship, a soulmate relationship coming in, of which you can be proud of. A partner, a fully functional working relationship, which you are proud to be making a contribution. And then we have effort. And it speaks to me in volumes. It's number 13. I love the number 13 because it adds up to a 4, and 4 is stability. But 4 is also going into the 5, which means that positive change, it's stability, it's stable enough for you to grow in a positive way. And I feel like with that effort card coming through, that there is this beautiful love in which you want to invest yourself and make the effort because you are proud of being in this connection. But this could be in business, it is. This could also be getting into projects with people which you absolutely love. You love to collaborate. You're proud of the company or the people that you associate with, and you're totally willing to make the effort there. So now I'm going to draw us a card for the masculine specifically. Boys first this time, okay? We let the gentleman go first, and I'm using this beautiful, beautiful Viking Oracle cards by Stacey DeMarco. And we're going to draw the masculine a card from this deck, specifically for our men who have been doing the work, taking on the responsibility to connect to their hearts, coming out of the paradigm of being disconnected from their hearts and their emotions. I feel like the feminine just wants to say, Divine Feminine, we love you and we are so proud of you. We want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. You're such an inspiration to us. Ingus. So if you do numerology, we have a number 22 there. And you see there's an arrow there. It points upwards, and there's a crow. So to me, getting Ingus for the masculine here is about you. What this year is bringing in for you is you are going up, you're leveling up, you're going into better places because you've been actively working and establishing cycles that is productive. You found your recipe of success and you're sticking with it. It's about growing slowly, but you are investing your energy in repeating. It is like doing something and something over and over and over again, and you're building your strength. You're getting the hang of functioning in a new way in your own masculine energy, and you're willing to put the time and the effort in to refine your skills and to achieve your objectives. I feel like you're committed to your vision, what it is that you want to achieve, but it's the masculine energy and a positive light. And you're not only saving your energy for yourself, but you're also sharing your masculine strength with other people, like old aunties, and lifting heavy things or taking things off high shelves, and building things, making things with your hands, giving birth to beautiful projects. I want to give a shout out to Matafiru in Whatatutu at Ngā Ariki Kaiputahi. And he's given birth to beautiful projects down in Whatatutu, and working with his hands, creating the most beautiful spaces in decorating and renovating. Absolutely beautiful with recycling material. Okay, recycling. And I feel like that is this beautiful creative masculine energy that's coming in for you, and you are learning this process and you're building with it. And it's slow and steady. You can take your time. You don't have to rush into anything. It's like the masculine, you like to think things through, you like to plan it, you like to strategize it, taking making plans step by step, whether this is projects that you're working on at home or objectives that you want to achieve in your career or financially, or maybe even you decided to start a new health regime and you're just doing self-care, taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, whether you go to counseling or whatever it is. It's like getting the hang of using your energy consistently and continuously to achieve your goals. Beautiful, beautiful card for the masculine. Now, this energy is coming in to support you. It's helping you to build. It's helping you to make progress in your life and bringing instability for you. Now, what's coming in for the feminine? What are the feminines about? I am using this beautiful Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue for our goddesses and our feminine, divine feminine out there during this time. That one fell out fast. It says your independence is a foundation for your strength and your success. So I feel like the feminine is also just like the masculine, working on their investing in themselves, working on their independence, getting themselves in a place where they have their own, they're rocking their own show. That's the way that I can say it. They matching the masculine's energy through not being codependent, making their own decisions, their own financial success in this world. They have their own stuff. They have their own life. They take care of themselves, take care of the children. But it's that beautiful feminine strength that can endure. It's that beautiful yin energy where you can just breathe and be, and you have that knowingness, that intuitive knowingness that you are in the right place at the right time for yourself at this time. Do I feel led to do any other cards? I think I'm all clear. I'm all done here. I feel like this is all I need to say. So thank you for watching. I wish everyone a blessed season. I wish you peace, love, joy, harmony. Thank you for sharing this beautiful journey of light with me. Thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, giving me feedback. I want to tell my soul family I love you very much. I can almost, call them out by name, but I don't want to make exceptions, because of other people, because of other people also following me. But you know who I'm talking about. We interact, we communicate, either on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. And if you're new and you want to reach out and join my soul tribe, leave me messages. And I'm always so very happy to connect with people all over the world who vibes with me. I love you all so much. Please be safe this season. Take good care. I'm going to take a time out, and I'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.